Let me take you deep into the grasslands of Cameroon. A place where traditions are carved into the rhythm of life. Where every name tells a story, and every family carries the weight of history. This is where our story begins. In a village nestled between two rival communities, lived a young woman named Beta. Bold, brilliant, and outspoken, Beta was the only daughter of Mulu and Mola, two proud parents from a tribe known for its stubborn pride and fierce loyalty to tradition. Now, Beta was not like most girls in her village. She asked questions. She dreamed of choosing her own path, her own love. But in this village, love wasn't something you chose. It was arranged. It was bargained. It was passed down like inheritance. So when Beta fell in love with Chato, a gentle, respectful young man from the neighboring tribe, her world erupted in chaos. You see, Chato was from a rival clan, one with a long and bitter history with Beta's people. The stories of conflict between the two tribes went back generations. Stories of cattle raids, poison wells, and broken peace deals. To the elders, Chato was not just an outsider. He was a threat to the bloodline. When Beta's parents found out, her mother wailed as if a funeral had occurred. "This is a curse," Mola cried. "No daughter of mine will marry into the house of our enemies," Mulu thundered. But Beta stood firm. "You taught me to be strong," she told them, "and now I'm strong enough to choose love over hate." Now, here's where the story takes a twist. Enter Pastor Ekeo, the village preacher. Known to many as the man of God, Pastor Ekeo was powerful, persuasive, and interested in Beta. He claimed to have seen a vision from heaven, that Beta was destined to be his wife. He even called a prayer crusade, urging the whole village to cast out the demon of rebellion in her. He was respected by many, feared by others. But Beta wasn't fooled. If God wants love, she asked, why does your vision come with threats? The village divided. Some sided with tradition and Pastor Ekeo. Others quietly admired Beta's courage. Then came the village council meeting. It was held under the old Iroko tree, where elders met to solve disputes and protect the unity of the people. The chief, an aging but wise leader with a voice like rustling leaves, listened carefully as both families aired their grievances. Chato spoke humbly, declaring his intentions with honor. Beta spoke with fire, speaking of freedom, of love, and of reconciliation. If our generation cannot break these chains, she said, then when will peace ever come? The elders were stunned. Silence fell. Then the chief stood and said, a people who cannot reconcile within, will destroy from within. This girl sees what we have refused to see, that our future must not be trapped by our past. It was the first time in decades that such words had been spoken aloud. As days passed, things began to shift. Beta's mother, Mola, started having dreams, not of doom, but of peace. She saw her daughter smiling, surrounded by both tribes. And slowly, her heart softened. Mulu, the father, was slower to change. But he watched Chato from a distance, how he helped his neighbors, how he walked with the youth, how he greeted even those who disapproved of him. And Mulu began to see not an enemy, but a man. Then came the day of reconciliation. Under a clear blue sky, both families, both tribes, and the entire village gathered. There was music, real music. Not of war drums, but of flutes and string instruments. Women carried baskets of food. Men cleared the fields for a great feast. Elders offered blessings. The chief raised his staff and declared, from this day, Let these two families work as one. Let this marriage be a bridge between old wounds and new beginnings. Pastor Ekeo was nowhere to be seen. And Beta, glowing in a traditional woven dress, walked hand in hand with Chato. As they exchanged vows, tears fell, not just from their eyes, but from the eyes of mothers, fathers, and elders who had forgotten what unity looked like. This wasn't just a wedding. It was a statement, a movement, a call for change. In choosing love, Beta and Chato showed that reconciliation is not weakness, it's wisdom. That sometimes the youngest among us see the clearest. That love, when guided by truth, can heal what war has broken. Musical note, cue closing music, soft traditional harp or kora, fading into silence. This is a time to reconcile by George Njimele, a masterful Cameroonian storyteller who gave us a tale that speaks to all of Africa and the world. It's a story not just for young adults, but for all of us, because somewhere in each of our homes, our hearts, our histories, there is something that needs reconciling. Microphone, I'm DADDY-NEL, and you've been listening to another powerful episode of African Stories That Matter. If this story touched you, share it. Talk about it. Let it start a conversation in your home, your community, your heart. Speech balloon, leave a comment below. What did you learn from Beta and Chato's courage? Until next time, remember, our past shapes us, but our choices define us. Peace, love, and reconciliation.